We've seen so many images of the Queen, what she looked like at different points in time. Her clothes and her hairstyling are so specific to whichever decade it is that you only need those silhouettes to tell you exactly how old she is and what era it is, which is unbelievably rare. I mean, it makes her kind of the sort of greatest celebrity of the modern era.
Clothes for the Queen are very important. You know, it's a costume. As she says in the play, isn't that what I am, a tribal leader in an eccentric costume?
When she started off, she was being dressed by English designers like Norman Hartnell famously did the coronation robes and did a lot of her day clothes as well, and her formal clothes, and Hardy Amy's and people like that. So she was a fashion plate. Herself and Margaret were absolutely beautiful. I mean, they had figures like movie stars,
yes,
you know,
gorgeous.
and looks to match. We knew that it would be wonderful to see her in one scene as the Queen that we all remember from the coronation.
One day he suddenly said, "Oh, what do you think? Do you think we could have you in the full?" And I said, "Yes, please." He knows me. He knows I like a bit of sparkle.
A big frock.
I like a big frock.
I've been putting her in big frocks since about 1980.
Yeah, that's true, with sparkles.
So little is actually revealed about the Queen's wardrobe and the kind of procedures by which she kind of gets dressed or decides what to wear. But apparently there are 12 staff who are kind of assigned to her for dressing. She has a milliner, she has 4 dressmakers, she has a personal dresser.
Oh, so important shoes. I have 4 pairs of shoes, actually. Thank you, Queen, for never wearing extremely high-heeled shoes. I'm very grateful.
This is one of my favourite jobs. Seriously, because my dad's in the army. So we used to do this a lot at home, so I'm in the perfect job. I like ironing and I like polishing shoes.
Wigs are very important for this production because Helen plays the Queen from in her 20s to present day. We've got 5 different wigs, so the first one is very brown and sets how she looked when she first became Queen, and then we go up to when she's got white hair. So I think they really help her, along with the costumes, play the part.
I think the silhouette's the important thing. It was finding the right shape that worked on Helen to make her look like the Queen. The shape that she is now as opposed to the shape that she was when she was younger, it's so instantly recognisable.
These brilliantly constructed dresses, especially the older Queen, really do so much of the work for me, honestly. The actual textures, the fabrics, the colours is all Bob. That minty green colour, brilliant.
Which is an actual fabric that the Queen actually has her costume made out of.
Yes, yes.
Her clothes made out of.
Yes.
It's called the Bible.
This is the costume Bible. So the theory is that everything about the show, about the costumes for the show, go in here.
And working out the colour palette, you've got one chance to nail it, you know. It has to ring the right tone, you know, for the scene. Obviously, I deliberately put her in blue for the Thatcher scene. The royal blue.
The royal blue. With the red, that was a very early idea, wasn't it?
Just put her out there in a strong, regal colour. Don't hold back. And that, on those yellow chairs, that just tells you so much about who you're sitting with.
The colour and the tone and the jewellery and any accessories that she has are incredibly carefully considered. The weighting of the fabric's incredibly important. Nothing must be flyaway. The length of the sleeve, she has to wear 3/4 length sleeves so she doesn't get anything caught. Her hats have to have a sort of adequately narrow brim so that people can see her face. They mustn't be so tall so she can't sit in a car. All those considerations every day must be absolutely exhausting. And not to mention the fact that you might have a kind of £2 tiara on your head or a kind of £15 robe on to open a sort of state event.
The interesting thing to me is to see what the Queen wears when she dresses herself, when she's not, being dressed. She's an amazing person to investigate. You have to be a little forensic with what she wears. We were thrilled with the pink cardigan because we chose that pink cardigan for Balmoral,
We did, yeah.
just independently.
Yeah.
And
She loves her pinks.
and then we saw a
So do you.
picture. I know, I do. We saw a picture of her in exactly that, in Balmoral, in exactly that cardigan. We were thrilled, weren't we?
That's true. This was a play going backwards and forwards in time, and that's the most difficult quick change to do, is the audience watching what you're doing. You had to keep a kind of sense of decorum.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
She couldn't be seen to be in her slip at any point.
No, that was very important,
yeah.
wasn't it? That was the real challenge.
Yeah.
I always felt that those changes were essential, that they happened like magic, really fast. And we played around with lots of ideas, a mirror coming on rollers and just sort of moving, and I sort of would go behind the mirror and then come out the other side. All of those things, and nothing really worked.
Your dressers were all part of that process.
And my
Normally you
dressers,
wouldn't
absolutely.
See the dressers, they'd be
no,
backstage,
absolutely.
So
yes.
they became part of the whole
Yes, my
event as
dressers
well.
and my wig person who normally would just be in here getting me dressed, but they now come on stage and they're a part of the sort of the magic of the moment.
I think one of the most interesting costumes, and I think I can reveal this secret now, we're at the interval, is very, very cleverly in Helen's first change, how she goes from being in her, I think it's 70s.
Even though, having been in all those rehearsals and knowing how it was done in the first place anyway, still, the first time you see it on stage, and still, actually, even now, when I watch it, I kind of, oh, look, she's 25. Yes.
It's wonderful to hear that, sound in the audience that I get every night on that particular change.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to tell you how it's done. It's the magic of theatre.
That, and she's 26, and there's a wig change, and that is seconds.
I'm not telling.
No,
are
I'm
you
not
telling?
telling, no. Only intimate friends.